All right, my friend, welcome. My name is Dr. Anthony Balduzzi. I'm the founder here at the Fit Father Project. In this video, we're gonna cover the proper lower body warm-up routine that we recommend you do before any lower body exercise to really get your joints and your muscles warm and ready for exercise to prevent injury and increase athletic performance. We call it Roll 4, Range 4, which is really the simplest way to get a really good lower body warm-up routine. We're gonna cover everything in this video. I'm gonna demo this entire thing, and you're gonna know exactly what to do with your warm-up. Let's dive on in, you're gonna learn a ton. FitFatherProject.com. All right, any good pre-workout warm-up routine starts with rolling. And we're gonna use a good foam roller right here, ideally one that's dense and nice and thick and has some ridges and nubs on it right here. So I wanna bring out a good foam roller here and compare that to a bad foam roller. This is a bad foam roller. This thing is really soft and squishy and it doesn't have any ridges. You can see these old beat up foam rollers around gyms, but if you're at home, I recommend that you get a good roller. This thing's very portable, and most of the good gyms now have good rollers just like this. So to start off, we're gonna roll some structures in our lower body that get very tight. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the IT band. IT band is this band of tissue that runs down the side of your leg. Now here's the thing, and a big mistake people make, is they roll the crap out of the whole IT band. The IT band itself is not a muscle. There's a muscle up here called the iliotibialis that actually controls the tension. So we wanna roll up here in this top section. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna sit on this roller. I'm gonna keep my hip pinned down here, and I'm just slowly moving on those areas that I feel tight. If I feel something tender, I stop, and I relax, and I move through it. Now I'm gonna do a couple passes over through that muscle, getting that structure. I can roll a little bit down the leg, but again, what I'm not trying to do is roll down my whole IT band just like this. You can do a couple passes, but keep most of it up here near the hip. That's really what's gonna relax the IT band. So we're gonna do that both sides. I'll just demonstrate one for the purposes of this demo. But we're gonna start with the IT band, then we're gonna move to the glutes. The glutes and the piriformis. So what we're gonna do is pop the roller down right here, and we're gonna sit on top of the roller. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plant this opposite foot nice and firm on the ground and bring my leg over on top here to create that nice stretch in the glute. I'm braced back here with my backhand, and I'm moving over, and I'm finding those areas that are tight. Because there is a couple muscles that we're rolling as we're doing through this. We're rolling the glute max, which is the main glute muscle. We're also rolling a muscle called the piriformis, which is a muscle that gets really tight in people, and that's back there too. So just find the areas that are tight, do a couple passes, then you're good there. We're gonna do both sides. Next, we're gonna move on to hamstrings. Here, you can roll each hamstring individually, but I prefer to do them together. So what we're gonna do is get that roller here, and we're gonna brace up, allow the weight to sit on that roller, and just do a couple passes on those hamstrings. You can kind of cheat to one side and roll one a little more than the other and paint those corners of the hammy and get really deep into that butt attachment of the hamstring. Roll through, couple nice passes, I'd say 10, 15. If you find an area that's tight, just like all these rolling exercises, sit there and allow it to relax and then just wiggle through it. So that's the hamstring, and then we're gonna finish with back rolls, which is really important because any leg exercise really involves your back. So we're gonna put the roller right back here, and we are going to sit on back right into the roller. It's right starting here in my mid-back. One thing we're gonna do is start this, we're gonna give ourselves a big hug. And what this does is that's gonna get our shoulder blades out and protracted and out of the way. And what that allows us to do is really roll that back more effectively. So I'm gonna have you do some nice slow passes down each side of the back. You may hear some cracking and some popping as some structures are releasing back there. That's great. Do some passes where I'm leaning on my left side, and now I'm gonna lean on my right side here, and do some good passes on this side, rolling up and down the back. I like to do a couple big full stretch passes from my low back all the way to my upper back. And again, if you find an area that's tight, you can sit there and allow it to work out just like that. So that is the beginning of the rolling. Roll 4, again to recap, we're gonna do this section right here, the IT band. We're gonna roll that out, release all this right here. Then we're gonna move on to the glutes and the piriformis. We're gonna cross that leg, roll that glute, then we're gonna move on to the hamstrings, and finally finish with the back. Now, once we've finished with doing the rolling, we're gonna get up and we're gonna do our 4 range of motion exercises. So we're gonna hop up here, and here's how we start the range 4. All right, so now that we've rolled out our glutes, our hamstrings, our IT band, and our back, we're ready to do the range of motion exercises. So the first thing we're gonna do is something that I call the step and sky. It's called a lot of different things. It's found in yoga, found in athletic warm-ups, but here's basically how to do it. I'm gonna take a step back, and what I want you to do is really keep this back leg straight. I'll actually demo this side for you. I'm gonna keep this back leg nice and straight, and what I'm trying to do is create length through this section of my body, this hip flexor that gets super tight from sitting all the time. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring my hands overhead and sky. So step and sky. I'm gonna hold this for about 10 seconds. Good, I'm reaching my fingers as high as I can, extending that spine, feeling this right here. Next, I'm gonna drop right down into a Spiderman. So this is this position here. So I'm here, I'm braced down, I'm pushing up, and I'm allowing this to stay lengthened, but I'm also sitting down into this front leg here. This is opening up my adductors. It's still opening up this hip flexor right here, and it's just opening up this area really nicely. If you don't have this much range of motion, you need to bend your leg a little bit, that's okay. You're gonna improve your mobility doing this. Now, once we're down the Spiderman, we've done this for about 10 seconds and we've wiggled around, found some stuff that needs to be loosened out. We're gonna open up our spine, doing some T-spine mobility. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this hand and we're gonna open up like this. And we're gonna come right back down to the chin. Open up, just like this, right back down. Open up, just like this, right back down. I like to do the other side too. Bracing here, opening up, rotating, hold, right back down. Open up, hold, right back down. Up, 5 or so reps. And that is really just opening up that entire spinal column. And finally, we're gonna hop down to the last one, which is pigeon pose. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bend this leg, this front leg right down here, and we're gonna sit down into that glute. And what I want you to do is you can move around, find some places that feel like you're gonna get a good stretch, and I'm feeling the stretch right back here in my right butt cheek. And that is what you're doing here with the pigeon pose. You're sitting down and you're stretching nice just like this. Then I would get back up, I would step, sky, and I'd get right into my next flow. So that is how you do the roll 4, range 4. And once we've gone through all those, and I've done a whole pass through all the rolls, and I've done the range on both sides, we're gonna finish with 10 bodyweight squats. Why? Because we just opened up all the structures. Now it's time to get some blood flow and engage those muscles. So nice stance is gonna integrate all the stuff we've done. Hands are out in front. You're gonna squat full range of motion. Down, boom, right here, fire right back up. 10, boom, full range of motion, right back up. 3, 4, 5, sitting back in that chair. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And at this point, my heart rate's a little higher, I've rolled everything out, I've stretched everything out, I am ready to kick some serious ass in my workout. That is the roll 4, range 4 lower body workout. I hope you found this valuable. If you'd like more tips like this, I highly recommend you subscribe to our Fit Fella Project YouTube channel. We publish new videos just like this every single week. Yes, covering some of the best exercises and warm-ups. We have links all over here to some of our best playlists, but we also cover nutrition, motivation, and how to really stay on track with a fitness plan. All the stuff you need, because we are the specialists for busy fathers when it comes to health and fitness. So check out our channel. I think you're gonna love what you see, and I'll see you in our next videos.